Hi, this is Merryl Tengesdal here. I'm here with Captain Emelia Carlisle. Falcon 2000. She captains it. She kills it. Thank you for allowing me to take a look at your aircraft today and just do a walk around with me. I felt like a little kid in the candy store. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh,
I really appreciate the opportunity.
Where do you start your pre-flight?
Yeah, so we started usually coming out here of the stairs, making sure that they're
Oh, okay.
ship safe. But really, as I'm going through, and we would do this as a flow, when we come up for it, we use checklists. So you'll see a flow, this is the real deal. We back up absolutely everything we do with a checklist. In terms of what we look for here, we've got pitot and static, angle of attack indicator. These are talking to my instruments, talking to my air data computer, giving me indications inside the cockpit for things like altitude, airspeed.
Altitude and airspeed for pitot static.
Angle of attack indicator.
At AOA, so
An AOA,
AOA, so
putting us, making sure that we're not coming up to or exceeding a critical angle of attack. That's gonna get me a lot of good information there.
So trees get bigger.
Yeah.
Trees get smaller, smaller, but trees get bigger again if you have the angle of attack too high.
You see the sky, you're going up. You see the ground, you're going down. There you go. We're making sure that these are free and clear, that we've taken off all of the covers from here.
Yes.
As we come over here, static port, again, this is talking to my cockpit instrumentation up front. Down here, this is our nose wheel. This one has a torque pin. So right now it's disconnected. This aircraft can be towed currently.
Yes.
To make us safe, we put a pin in here. That way, when we've flown the departure, we go to bring our gear up, we can actually get it to seat itself up here properly.
Brake system?
Not on the nose wheel.
Okay.
Nothing here on the nose wheel for brakes. It does have nose wheel steering. So when I need to keep the aircraft on center line, that is done through this unit here and a tiller that's up front. So we've got a little wheel. We move that wheel.
Really?
Keep it on center line. And this is mechanical. So these pins come up and they latch on either side into these, and that's what keeps it up locked.
That's what keeps it up locked?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And then while I'm also down here, I'm checking the quality of the tire and making sure that the integrity of the tire is appropriate. These
No cords?
No cords, no kind of lattice structure. These are called chines, and they're on the outside of the aircraft, pointing outboard.
How many cords can show before you have to, 0 cord?
0 cords.
Okay.
No cord for us.
All right.
Also, here we do have a maintenance panel. I look up there to make sure that maintenance panel is closed.
Okay.
Here we've got a taxi light, making sure that taxi light is just free of damage. And a lot of the checklists will read, checked, free of damage.
All right.
As we move towards the nose, here we do have lightning strips. I'm checking to make sure that these 7 strips are available, that they're not damaged, and none of them are missing.
So talk about these right here. So I see these little, you know what these are?
I mean, as far as the lightning strips go,
So those are lightning strips.
yeah, we're looking that there's 7 of them and they're not damaged. We also have static wicks on board the aircraft. We do have a lot of equipment that is stored in the nose cone of this airplane.
Okay, so it is to disperse the lightning. Oh, we don't have lightning strips on. I've never seen a lightning strip. Yeah, that's why why I'm asking out of curiosity, because we don't, we have static wicks, but we don't. I've never seen that. I'm learning.
So much learning.
That's more static ports.
More static. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Same thing on the other side, angle of attack, pitot and static ports.
Okay, so I see, is this attack and UHF transmitter?
I'm actually not sure. We do have our comms and radios, but we've got a set of systems that's below and also on top of the aircraft.
Yep.
When I'm doing a pre-flight, we're looking to make sure that these are intact, not damaged. But in terms of like which ones are which, you pull up a PTM and training manual and find for it.
Some of these fins look familiar, maybe UHF-like.
Yeah. Here we've got a landing light.
All right, awesome.
As we move along, we also have an overwing light. This is the emergency exit for this aircraft.
Oh, so cool.
Up top, this is my favorites. We've got this little red disc. It's called a frangible disc.
Frangible
Disc.
Yeah,
and I'm making sure that is intact. It's not cracked or anything like that. We do have exit strips. This is basically like a high traction point, so that if we did have to do an emergency egress, we've got the ability to keep people safe out on this wing.
Right.
Down here, we've got a main landing gear. It's a dual system.
Dual brakes?
Yeah, we do have a braking system on this. It's a combination of hydraulic, but we also have what are called BSCUs. It's a brake steering unit.
Okay.
So there is a digital component of this as well that is talking to our equipment up front.
So does it have anti-lock brake systems?
It does, yeah, it does have an anti-skid system.
What?
Yeah. Really useful, important for us, especially as we're looking at making calculations for our landing distance.
Okay.
Making sure we can brake and stop in the allowable amount of runway.
So when you have a wet runway or an icy runway, braking distances are very important.
It's true.
For all you geeks out there. So to calculate that, to understand if you have enough runway, depending on the fuel that you have enough action to actually stop it.
Yeah, and our landing weight, that factors into it as well, where we do have an anti-skid system. If any of this fails, we have opportunities to calculate exactly how much more landing distance it's going to take for us to come to a complete.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah.
I think AV geeks are gonna like wet themselves.
I'm so excited.
They're gonna be like, whoa.
As we take a look at this leading edge of the wing, this is in chrome. It does have an anti-ice capability.
Okay.
So that way we can fly into known icing conditions, all kinds of weather. This aircraft is capable of going through it. Up top here, I checked to make sure that our fuel service panel, and this is for over-wing gravity fueling, that's locked and latched.
And it's flat and flush?
Flat and flush.
Woo!
That's the one.
It is common for all aircraft for it to be like that. So I'm not saying anything cosmic.
This Falcon 2000, it's the classic, but it has been retrofitted with winglets. We do get increased performance capability with that, as well as reduced drag and increased fuel opportunity.
Really?
Yeah, these are great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love it.
Good. Here we've got static wicks.
This is what I'm used to in the Miller.
You're used to.
This is what I'm used to in the Miller. Like,
It'll dissipate some lightning too.
yeah, so I'm like, lightning, what?
Yeah. Here we've got an aileron. These ailerons are on a dual servo actuator. So we do have it's a hydraulic system, but it's got two parts. We've got like a left side and a right side. If one of those hydraulic systems fails, we can still move the control surfaces of this aircraft thanks to something like a dual servo.
Are you limited for total movement if hydraulics has failed?
Not necessarily. This airplane also incorporates something called a pitch Arthur unit.
Okay.
It gets real fun, real technical quick there, but essentially with the hydraulics, because we've got this dual system, we're not limited, and this creates a scenario where we want both of our hydraulic systems to be working. If one of those goes, we've got some checklist room, we've got some work to do.
Yeah.
A little bit of abnormal quality here, but we're not looking at it at a scenario where we're gonna necessarily be limited on how much we can move our control.
If you had a total hydraulic failure and you lost the servos, could you still fly this airplane?
We can. Yeah, we can. It does have a mechanical linkage for all of our primary control surfaces.
Okay.
Mechanical linkages. I have not had this happen. I'm not interested.
I know,
Fingers
knock on
crossed
wood, yeah.
But it does have a mechanical option for being able to just woman fly this. Go, go, go. You're really gonna throw your weight into it.
Have you ever tried without the hydraulics on this system?
The hydraulics are automatically engaged.
So you can't,
We can do it in the sim.
okay, how does it feel?
Heavy. I'm like, all right, arm day, let's go.
So let me put this in perspective. The U-2 aircraft, for some of our, for our regular listeners, for nose down positions, for our hydraulics, if it fails more than 1 degree nose down, we will have to eject because the pound per force required to keep the nose up to stall it is too much. So you don't want that to happen. So
Yeah,
so that's why I'm asking.
That's
no, bad day.
Luckily, ours is not that
It's
aggressive.
flyable.
Not that aggressive. It is flyable. Yes.
All right.
As we take a look here, we do have flaps and air brakes.
Oh, you have air brakes? Okay.
Yes, we do have air brakes. Very useful.
Okay.
Continuing on, we do have some of these panels on the belly of the aircraft for things like pressure refueling. This is where I can set a fueling panel to say specifically how much fuel I want put on board. I don't have to overwing fuel this airplane. It's very rare to be in a scenario where you would do that.
It's weird.
We also have options for like lav service and lav services as well as.
Oh, like is there a bathroom on board?
Oh yeah, full vanity, full bathroom. It's beautiful.
What?
Beautiful in there. Yeah, no, this thing.
On the U2, we just
Yeah, what do you do?
We just pee where we're at. We got women have a pad that we pee on, and we take the urine goes into a urine collection device.
Wow.
Yeah, we don't.
I just gonna use the regular bathroom. I'm just gonna make my way aft of the cabin and it's in our really nice bathroom with a beautiful vanity, and I get all the water.
I'm starting to rethink my choices, man.
It's cushy in there.
Man,
Hero.
That's awesome.
Bathroom on this is nicer than the bathroom in my house.
We gotta take a look at the bathroom at the end. Did you put the bathroom? Do you have bathroom footage? Yeah.
Incredible.
Oh my gosh.
As we're on this side, I also take a look at our engines. We're taking a look at the integrity of the fan blades in here. You'll notice that this lip is in a chrome setting. That's also anti-iced.
Okay.
So we won't have a contamination
So
problem.
chrome anti-ice because it definitely chrome.
We can heat it. It has a heated element.
Okay. So
yeah, so that we can make sure that we don't get icing
okay.
or any kind of buildup that might be ingested into the jet.
I love it. So any nicks or anything on the compressor blades?
Yeah, we've got to be looking for that. We do have inlets throughout here as well, engine nacelle inlets, where we're checking to make sure that the integrity of that is stable. We're also taking a look underneath these panels, making sure that any of our service panels are locked and latched.
Okay.
External air start. Yep, so we can hook up a huffer cart here.
So I noticed that you have an APU, so you can start the APU to do a regular start. You do not need an external air start.
I will say I haven't had a scenario where I've needed to do an external air start with this aircraft. The APU does provide that for us.
Awesome. We got our little...
This is currently keeping our battery from getting drained up front, so we have all our lights on.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm here at the rear checking the tailpipe of our engine.
Okay. So the tailpipe, it looks like it's adjustable?
So it basically does have a thrust reverser here on the aft.
Ah, thank you. He's like...
Yeah, thrust reverser on the aft of this. So they do open up with control from the cockpit. And
nice.
Yeah, that helps us out too with the braking scenario and getting this thing to stop. Yeah, redirecting some of that air.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Here's where we have our APU. So we do have air inlet for the APU. The unit sits back here through the service.
Okay.
And then the APU exhaust is what looks like the most rear tailpipe of the
But that's not, that's just for the APU itself.
Just for the APU.
Auxiliary power unit.
You got it.
For those out there who don't know what APU is.
Auxiliary power unit. As we're looking at the horizontal and vertical stabilizer, I'm checking the integrity of these units as well. I do have static wicks on each side. This system does move for our elevator, but I'm also taking a look at the rudder. One of the things that can generate a no takeoff warning for our aircraft is if this line, you see these ticks here.
Yeah.
If it's outside of the envelope of those middle two ticks, we will get a no takeoff indication. It's saying, hey, your airplane isn't in trim for this.
Yeah, so this is with so you can actually trim this up and down, right?
Yeah, it does have an electric trim option.
Electric trim option. Okay, so at the end of a flight when you're closing down, you have to center this.
We do center it. Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right.
Sorry, I'm asking some basic questions because this is for...
Fantastic.
And then a lot of the rest of it is sort of double checking and confirming that what we checked on the right side, we check and confirm on the left side. So it's still tailpipe. We've got these units. As we're going through and doing a pre-flight, this is the aft service bay. The aft service bay is also sometimes called the wet bay. So...
You said wet bay, I had to back up because I'm not sure what's gonna...
You're like, what are we talking about?
What kind of wetness are we got a bathroom in there.
Oh, no. This is where we can service hydraulic. We can check hydraulic.
Oh, I smell it.
As well as like fire bottles.
Oh, we got fire bottles in here.
Hydraulic units, the accumulators for the thrust reverser.
We got fire bottles up in there. We got...
Lots of goodness up here. I get to climb up this ladder and...
It's a pre-flight.
That's a pre-flight.
Double check. Oh, every pre-flight, yeah. At least first
flight of the day. Oh, is the light on?
The light's not.
Let me go turn it on.
Not on.
No, it's okay.
But yeah.
He could turn the light. He could turn the light on right there.
So yeah, we get to climb up in there and check out the aft service bay, make sure that our fluid quantity is correct and appropriate.
I'm still blown away that you got a bathroom.
You can wear your bathroom.
I wear my bathroom, and when that bathroom didn't work, I wore my bathroom.
In your boots and your socks.
In my boots.
Oh.
Wow. Dude, this is amazing. You're making me want to like move to Colorado and learn how to fly a Falcon.
As well as the forward service compartment. This is where really my day starts here. This is where I hook up a battery at the start of the day. We call this the dry bay. There isn't a fluid component here, but we still do have plumbing to check.
Where do you store people's gear?
In a baggage compartment.
There's a baggage compartment?
And it's huge. It's big. Huge
Dude,
bags.
my mind is blown.
Yeah.
Like as a pilot that we're like little bags.
No, you're fine. Do your thing.
What?
You open it for camera.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, this is great. Actually, we just did a trip
Oh.
where it's one of my favorites. One of my coworkers is an avid mountain biker, but he gets to bring his bike with us. Like we went to Sonoma County recently, and it was just the time of our lives to pack the bikes and go trail ride. It's like, oh, we've got room to
Look,
take it. Why not?
I love the U2. I love my helicopters, but damn it.
Yeah.
There's something like I was always like, I don't want to fly transports or heavies or any of that. And now I'm like, what am I missing? Is that I'm a single seat pilot, but I thought that was where you stored stuff.
No, we keep that clear.
Dude, this is ridiculous. Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of room up top. I mean, we could put you back here, and you've got room to hang out and walk around and do your thing.
Dude.
You're a rapper now.
Oh.
That's how we can get to the bathroom through there.
Sure.
Yeah, it might be closed from the inside. There you go. Oh, hey, you found the bathroom. Whoop, there it is.
Dude, it's a bathroom. There's like a throne.
We have a bidet.
Do you have a bidet?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty fancy.
This is incredibly crazy. Like, oh my gosh. There's a bidet in there?
The EX does. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's got a water feature, yeah.
See?
If you push the wrong button, you think you're flushing. You're not. You're not flushing. You're
getting
shooting some water. Yeah.
Days on airplanes run the 10X
Mhm.
as an option for a shower.
No way. Okay. Hey, Brian, our next goal is just to become a billionaire so we can own one of these.
I'm working so hard, man.
And it needs to fit your 6'5", 6'7", 6'8" ass and have a bidet. I'm a firm believer now of, I might have to change my narrative. Like military flying's cool, but this is coolness on a different level. This is like you wanna plush style, looking good. We're not even gonna put it on signal.
The general walk around.
Oh,
Big thing that we would also be doing is getting underneath, checking wheel wells, checking brakes,
oh yeah, no.
checking to make sure that the
This was amazing. This is
underside is ship shape.
and let the viewers know what are slats for.
Slowing the aircraft down.
Yeah, slowing the
Yeah.
aircraft down. So
Yeah.
so it's gonna aerodynamically change the wing configuration, providing less airflow. No, more airflow.
For, like low speed.
Yeah, for low
Low
speed.
speed and often high angle of attack.
Yes, so it's gonna
So
allow.
like for landing is
Yeah.
having flats is the same control that moves our flaps. So we call for something like SF1 or SF2
Okay.
or flap slats full. So as we're moving the flaps are
Slats
also going
will
to move.
move.
The slats will be fully extended before the flaps
Okay.
move.
Fair enough.
But then we also have auto functions built in to this specifically for that angle of attack indicator that we looked at earlier, where if we end up at a critical angle of attack, we will automatically have the slats extend.
Extend out
Yeah.
to give you more maneuverability.
Yes, absolutely. It will help slow us down and increase what we can get for low stall.
Have you ever had any flight control malfunctions in this aircraft?
No, not outside of the simulator training facility.
Okay. Any weird things that you've had on this aircraft flying?
Honestly, nothing really unusual. Dassault did such a great job of engineering this. It's the most intuitive airplane I've ever flown. Some of the stuff that has happened is more of like gremlins in avionics, like like the classic IT, like have you tried turning it off and on again kind of stuff, where it's like that indication's not coming up, or like, hey, we're getting something not quite working right. And typically that's on an avionics. So.
Or you get something and they cannot duplicate.
Oh my gosh, that is so true. Yes.
Could not duplicate.
Oh my gosh, it's like, all right, we're gonna write this airplane up for hydraulic quantity indication being lower reading off of our cockpit indication than it was in the aft bay when we checked it. Like, let's see if we can reconcile that. And it's like, no, you got it. You got hydraulic fluid. You're fine. You're all right. You got it.
It's when it, it's good.
It's fine. It's fine. It's all
well, thank you so much. Before I was like military aviation business, this is a cool A aircraft. If you're in the business world, get on the Falcon. First of all, they have an actual toilet. As a YouTube pilot, I can't help myself but to think about the fact that for many years, I never had a toilet on an aircraft, and this one has a throne for days.
You were missing out.
I was missing out. And the fact that there's wood trim in the aircraft, snacks for days. I was eating 2 food and there's Pringles. I love this. This is awesome. Thank you so much for showing me around. Thank you for making me a believer.